Hello, everybody. Animation Trainer here, and today we're going to talk about Toy Story 3. So, Toy Story 3 is one of the longest times it took to make a sequel, but we're not here to talk about how long it took to make a sequel. We're here to talk about Toy Story 3. Yep. So, Toy Story 3 is definitely a really good movie. However, I will say that it is kind of overrated though. A lot of people consider it like one of the greatest things Pixar has ever made, or like the best Toy Story film, which I do disagree. I do respect people's opinion, but I don't really consider it the best Pixar movie. I still loved it when I saw it in theaters for the first time, since I wasn't used to the first or second Toy Story though. No, but and plus a lot of people did say that they did cry in the movie, which I did think was which I could see people why, like in the first part, but like for one reason, but for the other reason, which was at the very end, I didn't really have that feeling at all. I'd say people would only really cry if they were like, if they grew up with the first two films, which I definitely do see, but I didn't grow up with one or two. I just never saw those two until 2010 when I saw Toy Story 3. Then I saw the first two Toy Stories, and yeah, that's how I got into Toy Story. But it is in no way bad though. So let me get some of the negatives out of the way. The characters. While I do like the old cast and a lot of the new characters are really good, there are a few that honestly don't do that much. Like for example, like Barbie, Ken, and all of Bonnie's toys. I honestly feel like they were just well, not exactly extras. I mean, they at least have like their own personality and stuff, but I feel like they just don't do much at all to help the film. Which, yeah, is a little bad. Not like bad, like, if only they could do more. And I'm not gonna say that the overall story is predictable, but there are a couple things in the film that maybe are like a tiny bit predictable. Alright, now that the negatives are out of the way, let's move on to the positives. Which, there are a lot of positives. Because I do think that this is better than Toy Story 2. The film is overall really well done and very emotional. Like, the film is about how the toys have to deal with Andy moving away. And so they ended up at daycare, and then they realized that Sunnyside daycare was actually a prison for toys. And I gotta say, I know you guys already know this plot twist, but Lotso, I did not expect that coming. That's why I said it was a little predictable, because there was a lot of things that I was surprised with, like Lotso. I was very surprised when I found out that he was the villain. And I thought that Pixar hit it really well. Oh, yeah, like, not once before the reveal, I thought that he was actually evil. Like, throughout the film, I was all like, oh, this is a nice bear, and whoa. And not only that, but he's definitely one of the deadliest villains, which I'll talk about once I get to the spoiler section. But yeah. Yeah, it definitely is that. And the animation does look really nice, and I'll talk more about that in the spoiler section. And then the old cast. It is definitely good to see the characters once again, and they're all memorable like last time. And of course, there is the fact that they removed a couple characters like Wheezy, Bo Peep, Mr. Sketch. Yeah, they removed all of them. Not to mention that since this film came out 11 years after the second film, it got a massive animation upgrade. Like, for example, with all the textures and yeah, like the humans look a lot better from the first and second movie. And plus, all the backgrounds look nice. And I'll talk more about that later. So, oh, I'm just gonna say that. Alright, so now I'm gonna go into spoiler sections. So, if you guys haven't seen it, then I guess you could just skip towards the end so that you see the rating. But yeah. So one of the things with Toy Story 3 was, like I said, the movie surprised me a lot. Like, for example, the garbage scenes. Those were all well done. Like, you could see how much the characters have grown with each other. And something I was really surprised with was how after Woody and Buzz saved Lotso's life, when it was time for Lotso to repay them, he chose not to help them. And it was at the point where they were gonna die. And that was when the entire scene with the trash burner happened. And it was very emotional and very well done. Like, I was literally surprised that that was gonna happen. Like, I actually thought that they were gonna die there. And I was also very surprised with how the little three aliens, were the ones who saved them all. Yes, because in fact, like, it showed them like being taken away, and I didn't expect that to be for the trash burner scene. That was very surprising. And another thing was, I know I was talking about this in the Toy Story 2 review, but I also really like Potato Head and the aliens interactions. And they're all very memorable characters. Yeah. Well, overall, I give it a 9 out of 10. No, not a 10. But I do really like this film. Like, this was one of my favorite Pixar movies I when I first saw it in 2010. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. So, goodbye.